I spent about an hour playing this free platformer on Steam, and on the surface, it looks very simple. Physics and movement feel inspired by older Mario-style platformers, and at first glance it doesn't impress you with flashy systems or gimmicks. But the longer I played, the more I realized this game was hiding a lot more than it lets on. The biggest thing I liked about this game were the hidden secrets and levels. They add real complexity to what would otherwise be a very straightforward platformer. I only found a couple during my first hour, but each one made me rethink how I was approaching the levels. It stopped being just about getting to the end, and started being about exploration. That curiosity-driven design adds a surprising amount of depth, especially for a game that looks this simple at first glance. Another thing that stood out to me was the dialogue, especially with the shop and some of the in-game events. It's funny, down to earth, and gives the whole game a very playful feeling, unless you're uncovering the mystery. The game doesn't take itself too seriously, and honestly, that was a nice breath of fresh air. It really feels like there's an actual person behind the game, not a studio trying to optimize engagement or pad playtime. Just someone having fun, making something a little weird and charming. That said, the game isn't perfect. Some of the physics and controls didn't always feel as polished as I expected. There were moments where I felt like I couldn't move the way I thought I should be able to, and that sometimes resulted in me having to restart sections. It was a bit frustrating at first, but I did get better pretty quickly. And honestly, if you already play a lot of platformers, you'll probably adapt faster than I did. Presentation-wise, I really like the visuals. The graphics have a lot of charm that lean into that nostalgic, older generation game feel without looking ugly or lazy. Music was pleasant, never felt obnoxious or overly repetitive. This is the kind of game you can comfortably play with the sound on or muted and still enjoy the experience. One small downside is the lack of graphical options. I use a very wide monitor and the game felt a little stretched at times. I'm not a game developer, so I don't know how difficult that is to implement, and it didn't affect my overall opinion, but I felt it was worth mentioning. As of this recording, the game is completely free on Steam, and in that sense, yeah, just grab it. Off the Steam sale, the game is listed at $5. If you're looking for a casual platformer, this is a good one. It's decently polished, fun yet occasionally frustrating, and packed with secrets that reward curiosity. Just keep in mind, if you want to fully unlock what this game is capable of, you'll need 128 gigabytes of RAM and a 5090 graphics card. And yes, that comes straight from the developer.